Daniel Carey, NRA-ILA's Colorado State Liaison, is with us this afternoon. Daniel, thank you so much for your time, sir.
No, absolutely. Happy to do it. Appreciate you having me on.
You bet. Where are we right now in the Senate debate? Are they still debating Senate Bill 1229?
Yeah, they're in the process right now of debating the so-called universal checks bill. We've got a lot of folks, specifically those in the Republican caucus, who are spending quite a bit of time in the pit and at the podium voicing the concerns of those Coloradans across the state who, support their Second Amendment rights that they see are being taken away by this piece of legislation.
Absolutely. And now for these bills to get out of the Senate, you need, you basically need to have no more than 2 Democrats cross over and vote with Republicans. This is turning into, Daniel, I know our right to keep and bear arms is not a partisan issue, but you've got every Republican opposing these measures, and you've got some Democrats who are also crossing over and opposing these issues as well. We don't really know, what the votes are right now, because the Democrats are still being lobbied to support this this bill, which would indicate that the support is still very shaky.
Sure, and they're being lobbied by some folks who are not even really here from Colorado or hold Colorado values. We're talking about guys like Michael Bloomberg who are spending millions of dollars in the state of Colorado, not only on paid lobbyists, but also running airtime and paid ads to try and essentially use scare tactics and promises of what he may or may not be able to do to help them stay reelected, because as we've seen from some polling that's been put out there, a lot of these districts do not support this wide variety of, gun restrictive legislation that's being proposed. So, yeah, there's a lot of pressure being put on these Democrat politicians, those who are so-called to be on the fence from outside interest groups.
Have you heard, Daniel, I know the Denver Post had reported that Republicans were planning on a filibuster of these bills, and that votes could be delayed until Saturday or maybe even Sunday. Is that still being discussed?
As with all of the bills and everything in the process, everything is kind of on the table. I know that the Republican caucus is wanting to make sure that all of the concerns that they carry and that we've tried to communicate to our members here in Colorado and around the country are heard today as they relate to this bill in the Senate. As you saw when it took place in the House, the time that they spent to talk about these 4 measures that moved from the House to the Senate and then had 3 more in the Senate join it lasted late into the evening. So I fully expect that the debate will go long. How long, I don't know. They could gavel out. There's been talk that they could come in Saturday.
Wow. And to that end, I know that the Post was also reporting that the sponsor of the concealed carry ban, the campus carry ban, pulled that bill that will not be voted on. Can you confirm that, Daniel?
It's not confirmed. I wish that I could say that it is definitive that bill has been pulled. There's speculation that is hopefully one of the bills that Republicans along with Democrats will join together and vote against. I know that the Senate sponsor of that bill has had some concerns with it, especially after the powerful testimony that was given by some women in the Senate committee. But no, I think that was a little premature in reporting that in the Post.
Okay. All right. Well, that's that's good to know, because again, you're right, this is a very fluid situation. I guess the Post had found 4 Democrat senators who said that that was going to happen, and maybe those were 4 Democrat senators who were leaning against voting with Republicans on that measure. Who knows? But in the meantime, even though the debate's going on right now, Daniel, should gun owners in Colorado, should they be contacting their state senator's office?
Absolutely, and they should be contacting them as much as they possibly can. Even though that we're having this battle on the floor of the Senate right now, their offices are still open. They still have staff here. If we do carry over into the weekend, then those folks are going to be here as well, and they can be contacted by phone, by email, by social media, Facebook, Twitter. And this isn't the end-all, be-all. This is second reading. Yes, we can stop it today. Yes, we can end this anti-gun legislation being pushed by Bloomberg here in Colorado, but we still have a third and final reading on Monday. So it's critical that our members continue to contact not only their own elected officials, but also elected officials that we've continued to send out to our members and let them know, hey, listen, these are the ones that are having issues with these bills. These are the folks you need to contact to let them know that Coloradans do not support these measures.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And Daniel, what have you heard about turnout, or what is the turnout like at the Capitol? We've seen the stories of gun owners just, pouring in on a couple of different occasions as gun control bills were being debated. Is there a strong presence there again today?
Absolutely. I mean, it's been overwhelming the amount of support that we've seen from gun rights supporters here in the state of Colorado, as well as Second Amendment advocates all around the state. We've had people show up on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, now Fridays. I think when we had our debates on Monday, I want to say we had well over 1,000 people. We had folks for over 10 hours driving around the Capitol, honking their horns in opposition to these bills. We had planes flying over the Capitol asking the governor to not pass this legislation. Today we've got the gallery full of folks who are opposed to these anti-gun bills. And even though they can't have their voice be heard today because there is no public testimony, this showing of a unified stance against these bills only helps to reinforce what it is we're trying to do.
Yep, absolutely right. Daniel, thank you again, sir, for your time this afternoon. I know you're awfully busy. We'll let you get back to it, but really appreciate the update.
Happy to do it. Thanks so much, Cam. I appreciate it.